so excited about tonight's video because for the first time since it released, I actually came across some Prismatic Evolution in the wild. I honestly did not think I would ever see these at MSRP, but I got super lucky the other day as I was shopping at our local CVS and realized that they were putting out some Pokemon cards in the back. So, of course, I had to take a peek, and they were just starting to stock these tins, which I did not manage to get any of them when Prismatic first released. So I'm so excited that I got a couple now. These tins contain 2 packs of Prismatic as well as a coin and I believe a special little poster card that if you collect all the tins, you can combine them all into one giant picture, which is super cool. I feel like there's so many cards I'm still missing from Prismatic Evolutions just because it's been so difficult to actually come across, and I cannot wait to get started. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, close your eyes if you like. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Get cozy. Curl up under a blanket or 2 and get ready for some tingle, 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 tingles. Lily Hollow ASMR. So let's start off with this beautiful Sylveon tin. I love in the art how you can see just a bit of an Eevee ear just peeking his way behind this beautiful archway of flowers. So pretty. So each of these tins comes with a coin that features a different color depending on which tin you chose. As you can see, this Eevee coin is a beautiful purple, like a lavender purple, to go with the beautiful Sylveon on the cover. Oh man, it's so sparkly. Love it. And here is the portion of the art card that comes with the tin. If you actually manage to collect all 8 of them, you can piece them together in a beautiful little mini poster. So fun. You can see up here, this is the top right corner of the poster, and you need to collect all 8 tins to complete it. Maybe I'll get lucky again someday and be able to get the other 4. It also includes some fun little information on Sylveon. This Pokemon uses its ribbon-like feelers to send a soothing aura to its opponents, erasing their hostility. And finally, each tin comes with 2 packs of Prismatic Evolutions for us to open together. I'm so excited. It's been so long since I've opened this set. I do know it's sometimes called Dramatic has just such a soft quality to it, in the way that the background is like this beautiful watercolor. It makes him feel very majestic. We have the supporter card, Professor's Research. This one is featuring Professor Elm, who is waving hello to us outside of his little lab. We have the sand-covered Hippodon, who is the stage 1 of the Hippopotas. I always found it interesting that he has like a lot of sand coming out of the hole right there in his back shell. It looks like very nice soft sand though. Next up, we have the Slow King, singing in the nice soft rain. He looks so happy to be getting drizzled on. We have the Pokémon tool, Binding Mochi. This Pokemon tool is useful for poison decks because attacks used by the poisoned Pokemon this card is attached to do an additional 40 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Very handy. We have another very useful stadium card, the Area Zero Underdepths. I always thought the art of this card was beautiful. You just have this like giant crystalline tower in the center there with lots of other little pillars jutting out. It's so pretty. This stadium is interesting because it allows any player that has any Terra Pokemon in play to have a maximum of 8 Pokemon on their bench instead of the usual 5. However, if they lose that Terra Pokemon, they must reduce their bench back down to the 5. We have, for our first reverse holo, the same Professor's Research card featuring Professor Elm. Professor's Research is always useful because it allows you to discard your hand and draw an additional 7 cards. However, with the addition of the Lilies card now, it's not as seen currently in the meta. For our next reverse holo, we have a Duskull. It's a little hard to make out on camera just because the card is so dark, but he is kind of creeping out of these giant plants at night. There's a beautiful full moon behind him in the sky. Duskull. And for our first rare of the evening, we have a Glaceon. Oh, she's so pretty. She is standing atop of a mountain that has some lovely snow flurries surrounding her and swooshing by. Let's get her nice and sleeved up. nice start, but let's see if we can do a little better in this second pack featuring Evie and Sylveon on the front. Here's a QR code for you. Our energy to the front. And some w's for good luck. To begin this pack, we have a green grass energy. Green grass. Which again, no, it's not hollow, it's just very shiny for some reason. Oh, I know it is hollow. The texture on this one is actually not as textured as I remember it being. Although, there have been a couple of other sets recently that have the hollow energies, and they all have different patterns on it. It's a very flat textured hollow. We have another Hippowden up first. The Hippowden has 2 attacks: Sand Spray for 90 damage and Land Crush for 140. Unfortunately, both of these take a lot of energy to actually utilize them. We have a classic Pokemon, Lapincer. I love the art on this one because it just reminds me of this virtual safari zone from Red and Blue, which I believe was the only place you could actually find pincers in that game. Next up, we have the adorable Larvitar. He is seen here bouncing towards us at sunset on a beautiful tropical island. There's some pretty palm trees around him in the background and on the cliffside. We have an adorable Houndour up next. Sniffing a little acorn on the ground. He's so cute. The art on this card has always been beautiful to me too. The artist is Mikayu. I just love the color choices that they made with it. They're all, they're different like shades of green and pinks and reds. It all just like works very well together. I love it. We have the supporter card, Professor Sada's Vitality, up next. I want to say this was a reprint from Temporal Forces, because it's an ancient card. But it is extremely useful if you are playing an ancient deck, because it lets you choose up to 2 ancient Pokemon and attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to each of them. And then you get to draw 3 cards after that. Very handy in my Raging Bolt deck. We have the majestic Suicune up next. and I just love all the like thin, detailed, icy wind that's swooshing around him as he charges up his Aurora Beam. Beautiful. We have a hovering Bronzong up next. The Bronze Bill Pokemon. It brought rains by opening portals to another world. It was revered as a bringer of plentiful harvests. Ah, nice, we got a Pokeball. First Pokeball of the evening. This set had both Pokeballs and Master Balls for every card. And you can see here, the entire card is textured and has this lovely Pokeball in the center. If it was a Master Ball, it would have an M on it as well. This Pokeball is on the Area 0 Underdepths Stadium. Beautiful. Actually goes very well with the coloring of the card. It kind of gives it like a rainbow glimmer around the edges, which is really cool. For our second reverse holo, we have the Roaring Moon. It's actually always nice to get a reverse holo on a rare card. You can actually like make out so many more of the details in the background of it now. There's like this beautiful cliffside behind him and some ancient trees growing off in the distance. Very fun. And we have an Umbreon for our rare card. Beautiful, majestic Umbreon peeking his way into a room. It looks like the window is still open because the curtain's kind of swooshing around him. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah, nice and secure. We have our reverse holo Roaring Moon, which I am pretty certain I did not have, so that is always good. And we have our Pokeball of this Area 0 Underdepths. I definitely did not have this one. You'll be going there. We'll also sleeve up our beautiful energy. I swear these had more texture to them though, but maybe I'm misremembering. especially compared to like some of the regular coins. Do I have one here? Okay, I do. So here's what the coins normally look like. They're kind of like a mirrored reflective surface, so you can really see how sparkly these coins are. That's funny. It looks like they accidentally gave me 2 of the cards in this tin. That's fun. Maybe they'll accidentally give me some extra cards in my packs too. That would be awesome. The Jolteon tin looks like it fits into the upper left corner and reads, "It concentrates the weak electric charges emitted by its cells and launches wicked lightning bolts." Fortunately, it seems like I actually got all 4 of the top row today, so I can at least do the top row of my poster, which is fun. The 2 packs that we received in this tin were the same as the other. Hopefully we'll get fun cards in them though. For pack number 3, let's open this Eevee and Sylveon pack. I always thought the Sylveon has like the most surprised look on her face. I always found it very silly. Here is another QR code for you. One energy to the front. And some tubbies for good luck. To go with our Sylveon, we have a purple psychic energy. We begin this pack with an adorable Bunnieri. This Bunnieri is featured sitting underneath a giant tree in front of a beautiful mountainscape. I love that there's these like very interesting translucent tulips in the foreground as well. Very beautiful. She looks so calm and happy. We have another Hippodon. It brandishes its gaping mouth in a display of fearsome strength. It raises vast quantities of sand while attacking. Next up, we have another Pinsir. The Pinsir in this set featured a slash attack for 60 damage. Slash, 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 slash. We have another adorable Larvitar bouncing his way towards us. I've been trying to figure out what to do with my extra Pokemon cards since a lot of the comments I just have a bajillion copies of. And I was thinking it would be fun to maybe try and make some earrings out of them. And I feel like this Larvitar would be a really cute one. Basically any of them that has like a good full-size image of the Pokemon would work well. Let me know if you guys think I should try doing that. Following the Larvitar, we have a beautiful Seeking because it's a choose your own adventure card. You can either switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon, or choose to use this one, which reads, during this attack, attacks used by your Pokemon do an additional 30 more damage to your opponent's active EX. It's nice because you can utilize it depending on your situation. We have an Executor. Up next, he is wading knee deep in this little pond surrounded by little mangroves and lily pads. Beautiful. He looks like it is a very refreshing day. We got another Pokeball. This Pokeball is on the Professor's Research featuring Professor Sycamore. Very nice. I believe there were 4 Professor's Research cards in this set, including the classic Professor Oak. For our next Versalo, we have the Hoot Hoot. One of my favorites. I remember way back when someone had commented that Hoot Hoot was now their favorite trigger word. Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot. I love that he is seen peeking out of some beautiful flower bushes here. So cute. And to go with the Hoot Hoot, we have his evolved form, the Noctowl. The Noctowl is actually utilized in a lot of decks as well because of his Jewel Seeker ability, which reads, once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, if you have any Terra Pokemon in play, then you may search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and add them to your hand. It works very well with the Area 0 Underdepths card that we saw earlier. We have our adorable Hoot Hoot. And our second Pokeball of the evening on a Professor's Research. Fun. We are now moving on to pack number 4. This is another pack featuring the classic trio. though I know it's not actually his mouth right there. Just the way that the artist drew this makes it look like he has a giant happy smile on his face. So cute. There's the Professor Oak's card that I mentioned earlier. We have the Professor's Research featuring Professor Oak in Pallet Town. Oh man. So we finally got a Badoo. This was kind of a running joke when Prismatic first came out because I opened up a ridiculous amount of Prismatic, and for some reason, even though Badoo is a common card, I just did not pull any of him. For a little bit, he was very useful in a lot of decks because of his itchy pollen attack. It costs no energy and reads during your opponent's next turn. They cannot play any item cards from their hand. Very handy in stalling your opponent. We have another Bunnieri up next. Bunnieri. If both of Bunnieri's ears are rolled up, something is wrong with its body or mind. It's a sure sign that the Pokemon is in need of care. We've been getting a lot of Area Zero underdepths today. It's always good to have extra trainer cards to build out multiple decks. Next up, we have the item, the bug catching set. I always think of the youngsters in the Pokemon games whenever I see this card. It is an item that lets you look at the top 7 cards of your deck and reveal 2 of either grass Pokemon or grass energy that you find there to add to your hand. We have a very feisty looking Heatran up next. He has lots of flames spewing out of his mouth and looks like he is ready to attack. For our first reverse hollow, we have another Pinsir. Pinsir. These Pokemon judge one another based on their pincers. Thicker, more impressive pincers make for more popularity with the opposite gender. For our next reverse hollow, we have the Briar card. Briar. This is an interesting card because it reads, you can only use it if your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards remaining. During that turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by your Terra Pokemon, then you get to take an additional prize card. It's fun, but it is very situational and a bit hard to set up, so I don't know how much play it actually sees. And for our rare card, we have the Jolteon, which is very fitting for a Jolteon tin. The Jolteon is surrounded by lots of little electric zippy zappy lightning bolts and is ready to fight. violet purple because it has like blue and purple sparkles in it. So pretty. It's a little hard to make out because they're so sparkly, but you can kind of tell that the Espeon coin is much more of a deep violet purple versus the Sylveon coin, which is kind of a more light pink lavender. We only received one card in this pack. We have our beautiful Espeon sitting under a giant tree. Looks like this Espeon card goes to the right of the Jolteon. The tip of its forked tail quivers when it is predicting its opponent's next move. For our fifth pack of the night, we have another of the classic trio. I believe there were 4 variations of the covers in this set, if I'm not mistaken. So far, we've gotten the same one in all these tins, which is kind of funny. Here's a QR code for you. Energy to the front. And oh, we have another holographic grass energy. That's funny. 2 new holographic grass energies this evening. And to go with that grass energy, we have another lovely Badoo. Badoo, Badoo, Badoo. I love the detail that the artist put in the background of this image. There's just so much going on. There's just all these beautiful pink and orange flowers and all these tiny little bits of pollen floating everywhere around him. So pretty. Next up, we have another Bunnery. I know we'll start seeing a lot of freebie cards at this point because Prismatic was a pretty small set size. I want to say it was like 125 cards or something. Not as small as Phantasmal, which is like 90 cards, but that's okay. This Bunnery features the Smash Kick attack for 20 damage. Next up, we have another Hippowdon. Standing in the warm desert sand. And we'll have another adorable Larvitar. The Larvitar features the classic headbutt attack, but it only does a minimum of 10 damage. We have another Bronzong up next. This Bronzong has an ability called Protective Bell, which reads, all of your Pokemon take 10 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. That could actually be kind of interesting in a Stevens deck. We have the item Ogre's Mask. This is a card that is specific to Ogre Pond also extremely useful in my Raging Bolt deck. Nice. We have our third Pokeball of the evening, the Black Belts Training. The Black Belt training cards, there were 4 of them in this set, each featuring a martial artist in different locations. It is a supporter that reads, during this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do 40 more damage to your opponent's active EX. Oh, easy, Andy. For our next reverse holo, we have a Diplin. The Diplin is the evolved form of Applin, and also works with the Festival Grounds card. Actually, this Applin Diplin deck is very annoying to play against because the ability Festival Lead reads, if Festival Grounds is in play, then this Pokemon may use an attack twice. If the first attack knocks out your opponent's active Pokemon, then you get to attack again at your opponent's new active that they put in. That in combination with its do the wave attack is very powerful. And for our rare of this pack, we have a Blood Moon Ursaluna, swiping at us in front of the full moon. The Blood Moon Ursaluna has an ability called Battle Hardened, which reads, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, then you may attach up to 2 basic fighting energy cards from your hand to it. And nice and sleeved up. We have our lovely Diplin. Our third Pokeball of the evening on the Black Belts Training. Also can't forget our second energy. I've been finding in Prismatic, usually if you have a holographic energy as the first card, you'll just get either a Pokeball or a Master Ball later on. Moving on to our 6th pack of the evening, we have another pack featuring Eevee and Sylveon. I swear there are 2 other ones. One of them features the Eevee and the Leafeon, I believe, and there's one that features both Espeon and Umbreon. Here's your 6th QR code of the night. 1 energy to the front, and we begin with another grass energy. Wow, we've been getting a lot of grass energies this evening. First up, we have the supporter card majestic standing in this beautiful, calm field of snow. And I love the artist has put these little bright spots of red berries in the foreground. Very pretty. We have a Dreepy up next. Hovering under a storm cloud. He looks very excited to be under the rain cloud, though. It has a habit of biting at Clowncher, even though it doesn't feed on them. This is said to be vestigial behavior from when Dreepy was alive. We have a lovely little milk tank up next. She is taking a nice afternoon stroll through a beautiful autumn forest. I just love the golden orange color that they used for the trees behind the milk tank. Beautiful. Next up, we have another earthen vessel. Beautiful, cracked ceramic pot full of energy and possibilities. We have another supporter trainer card, the adorable Lacey. I just love her jacket and the little butterfly wings right there that are on her sleeve. It looks so cozy. Lacey lets you shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 4 cards. But if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, then you get to draw 8 instead. We have another Executor up next. It is said that on rare occasions, one of its heads will drop off and continue on as an execute. We have another Pokeball. We're very Pokeball heavy this evening. And this one is on the Executor. I actually have a Master Ball on an Executor as well, which is kind of funny. Beautiful. Oh wow. Oh, it's a Master Ball. Nice. Of course, it's on a Bronzong, but that's okay. We have our first Master Ball. Very fun. You can see it looks very, very similar to the Pokeballs, but if you can make it out with the lighting, there's an M right there at the top of it. Very cool. And hey, we finally got an EX card. The Iron Hands EX. This was used by in a deck by one of the world champions the previous year, actually, because of its amp you very much attack, which is very interesting. It does a whopping 120 damage, and if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from that particular attack, he gets to take an additional prize card, which is very handy. Our Iodons. We have our lovely Bronzong Master Ball. Very cool. And our Executor Pokeball. edition of Glaceon. This is like beautiful icy blue and teal. So pretty. For our last coin of the evening, we have this beautiful blue coin from the Glaceon box. Very pretty. And we have our poster card from this box as well. It can control its body temperature at will. This enables it to freeze the moisture because you're only allowed one A-spec per deck. For our next reverse holo, we have another Pokeball, the Techno Radar. We've just been getting all the Pokeballs this evening, guys. The Techno Radar is cool because it's for future Pokemon, and it reads, you can only use this card if you discard another from your hand. Search your deck for up to 2 future Pokemon. Reveal them and put them into your hand. And for our rare card, we have the lovely Espeon. She is seen here relaxing on a very poofy looking pillow. The blanket she's sitting on looks very soft and silky. It seems so cozy. The Espeon features 2 attacks, Psychic Assault and Psybolt. Radar. We have so many Pokeballs today. Lovely Scoop Up Cyclone. Been a while since I've gotten an A-spec. Well, friends, this is it. We are down to our final pack of the evening. Let's see if we have some good last pack luck. Opening it the wrong way. Here is your final QR code. 1 energy to the front. And we end the evening with a psychic energy. First up, we have another Dracloak. The Dracloak is cool because it has this ability called Recon Directive, which lets you, once per turn, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. The other must go on the bottom of your deck. Following that, we have the Duraludon. This Duraludon features 2 attacks, Hammer in for 30 damage, and Raging Hammer, which does 80, plus it does an additional 10 for each damage counter already on the Duraludon. So it could do up to 120 extra damage, which is cool. Or more if you have an item that increases his health. Next up, we have another Black Bolt's Training. This martial artist is seen practicing outside of a little lake in the mountains. is move any of the additional cards or damage counters from the old Pokemon into the new one now. We have another supporter, Kiran. I feel like Prismatic had a lot of supporter cards in it. Next up is another Slowking. It's funny because I feel like we've gotten like 3 or 4 Slowkings this evening, but no Slowpokes. This Slowking has an attack called Wash the Slate Clean, which deals 70 damage, and you may put 2 energy cards attached to your opponent's active Pokemon back into their hand. For our first reverse hollow, we have another Lopunny. Lopunny is constantly monitoring its surroundings. If danger approaches, this Pokemon responds with super destructive kicks. Fun. For our next reverse hollow, we have a Friends in Paldea. And for our final card, well, at least it is a full art. We have a Larry Skill. Nice. At least it's a card I did not have. If it was another Eerie, I would have been very disappointed. Larry is still looking very sleepy in this card. He reads, discard your hand and search your deck for a Pokemon, a supporter card, and a basic energy card to add to your hand. Very cool. That's actually pretty handy. Might have to look at that for one of my decks. Still on the hunt for any of the evolutions, but I am very happy that our final card of the night was actually a full art. Very rough on the back, interesting. Alright, there you skill. Our Friends in Paldea reverse hollow. And a mega, or no, not a mega, just a regular Lopunny. Well, friends, for 8 packs of Prismatic, we actually did very well this evening. We got 1 EX, 1 A-Spec, 1 supporter full art, as well as 5 new Pokeballs to add to our collection, and 1 Master Ball. Very fun. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me again this evening,